so we just got our axles back from Curry. We had picked them up a little bit ago and set the pinion angles with the leaf spring pads and then set the caster angle in the front, tacked that stuff in place, sent it back to Curry where they put in their jig, welded everything up that we tacked in place, and then completely built the axles from wheel mounting surface to wheel mounting surface. Both the axles are fully loaded. It'd be fun to read up on this and figure out how to wire all this shit in. Wire all this stuff in. Here's the front axle, and it looks like also in this box we have steering parts, and we are doing sway bars, hopefully front and rear. This is all Jeep JK, just something a little bit different. Most people, when they install a bigger axle or whatever you want to call it in their lifted four-wheel drive truck with a bunch of power, go to like an 8-lug or something out of like a 3/4 ton or a 1-ton truck, and it adds a bunch of unnecessary weight. So the other cool thing about this front axle is it's one of Curry's Dana 44s, but it's a high pinion, which means we'll have a little bit easier time getting from the differential to the transfer case with our driveline angles. We're gonna get these things in place, and then we're gonna put the Bear brakes on them, because Bear brakes makes a bolt-on kit for the Jeep JK, and we have JK ends. Isn't that smart?
What are these called?
Make up a name. Make it sound good, bro.
We made these little leaf spring holder axle thingies.
See, if you use the technical terms, it makes it sound so much smarter.
So smarter.
Bear brakes for the JK. I like to use Bear because they're local here, for one. That's always an easy bonus. It's not made overseas or anywhere. There's something that gives you a warm, fuzzy feeling inside about that. Plus, they work with me on custom colors, custom logos. They've got a ton of applications. That's why we went with this one, because obviously this is the JK stuff, so it fits right on. What's today, July 9th or something, 10th? All right, so today is Tuesday, July 9th. All the suspension on the truck's pretty much done. It's all tacked in place, but we finally got the wheels and tires mounted up, and we're ready to test fit those on the truck for the first time. For wheels and tires, we went with a 20x12 KMC Swipe. It's a satin gray finish with milled accents. We wrapped that in a 1350/20 Toyo Open Country mud terrain. And I'm excited to see what they look like on the truck. All right, let's see what this thing looks like on the ground, or in the air. On the ground, you know, not overly high and not overly wide. The wheels and tires sit, you know, just barely out of the fender. I like it. For the front suspension of the Blazer, we went with some Atlas leaf springs, but we changed a bunch of stuff, basically just to get the longest leaf spring we could for a better ride. Curry sent us kind of one of their universal sway bars. They call them their anti-rocks. And we made some mounts to bolt up to some holes that were already in the frame rail. And we also had to do a drop pitman arm on the two-wheel drive steering box. So we had to swap the steering box out from the four-wheel drive. CPP helped us out with this and supplied us a steering box. So that took care of the one problem, but then the next problem is the pitman arm. For like a two-wheel drive, pitman arm normally has the tie rod taper built into it. So we ordered a drop one, got that on. And then this is actually the drag link that's meant for the Jeep JK that Curry does. And then just because of the size of the tires and the pressure turning the wheel, we did a Panhard bar to keep the axle from shifting left to right when we're steering, and try to keep everything under control as best as possible. And then Fox steering stabilizer, keep the steering wheel feel a little bit better, and then Fox 2.0 shocks to keep the thing from bouncing all over the place. The monsoons here suck. They're really hot, it's sweaty and gross, and swamp coolers don't do anything for it. Yeah, we're gonna go in the office right now because I gotta return some emails and make some phone calls. So we're gonna let Hector finish up out here.